All right, we'll return to the open meeting tonight for our opening exercise, the pledge tonight. Ms. Eldridge.
Hi, here I am with McKinley Weideman, a 7th grade student at Willow Springs Middle School. We selected McKinley for this honor because she displays a positive attitude every day at Willow Springs. She helps us build a school culture that is positive and encouraging. She most recently led our Lovejoy leadership, community tours, and panel. She is involved in athletics and choir. Her contagious smile and positive attitude make our school a better place to work and to learn. Thank you, McKinley.
Everyone, please stand and remove your hats for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Now for a moment of silence. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Awesome job. All right, item 6, student recognition, Dr. Zambezi.
Members of the board, Superintendent Cordell, thank you so much for having us tonight. We have 4 groups that we're going to recognize tonight that have recently competed and had a lot of success at the state level. The first group that we're going to hear from tonight is our state mock trial team, and I'd like to introduce Coach Cheryl Anderson to come up to the mic.
Hello, I'm Cheryl Anderson. I am the coach for mock trial, and our mock trial team is a club at the high school. And a couple of years ago, Anishka and Neola asked me to be the sponsor, and it was a club. And so we had a lawyer who helped us with our preparation for the case. And this year, we made it to state. And at state, there were 24 teams. We were in a 5-way tie for 11th place in the state, which is a phenomenal accomplishment for these students. And so I'd like to recognize them. Anishka Valanki. Just make a line. Arwen Earhart. Dhrithi Pai. Kia Pandy, Neola Edwin, Pari Palani. There are a few more, but they could not be here tonight.
All right, our second group of the evening for state recognition, I'd like to introduce HOSA, coached by Mrs. Barnett.
Thank you for having us. I'm Mrs. Barnett. I'm one of the health science teachers at Lovejoy High School. For those that don't know, HOSA stands for Health Occupational Students of America. So the students in our club are interested in a career in the health sciences. Our competition is very vast. The area that these girls competed in ranged from Terrell, Texas, all the way to Irving, including Dallas County, all the way down to Lancaster. So it's quite an accomplishment for them to win the area and then to progress to a state competition. And every single one of these progressed to state, so I'm very, very proud of them. The first one is Sankhya Jagarlapudi. She competed in research poster. Then we have Lane Deschamps. They competed in health education. And Mila Kamali in health education. So proud of them.
Our third group that I'd like to introduce tonight is state powerlifting, and I would like to welcome Chris Smith to the podium.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Smith. I'm a school marshal for our district, and I got to be the powerlifting coach as well for the past 6 years. We started this team this year with 20 kids. We competed with 16. 10 went to regionals, and 8 went to state. These are the 8 that went to state, starting with Reese Wallace. Tenny Sagoon. Natalie Leonard. Karis Evans. Gavin Prince. Ty Smith. Luke Sussman. And Ben Sussman.
All right, and to round out the evening, we have one more group who recently competed at the state level and had a lot of success. And so I would like to bring our debate team up here, and they are coached by Parker Morrison Twassen, head coach, and Coach Hebron, assistant coach.
Hi, good evening. My name is Parker Morrison Twassen. I teach English 1. This is my first year coaching debate at Lovejoy High School, and this is Coach Zach Hebron. He teaches physics. We have had a lot of success this year. We had several qualify for our state Texas Forensic Association competition, and we have a couple other competitions, so I'm going to group everything all together. For our TFA state qualifiers, we had Sophia Dong, David Wise, Andy Choi, Theo Cuckoo, Kia Pai, yeah. So I just wrote down first names, now my brain is like, Driti Pai, Kia Pandy, and Pari Palani. And for our National Speech and Debate Association competition that we are having in June in 2 months. It's up in exotic Des Moines, Iowa. Andy Choi, Theo Kaku, Kia Pai, Driti Pandi, and Pari Palani. And then finally, for our UIL state cross-examination debate state champions, we have David Wise and Pari Palani. So first we have Pari Palani, our state CX champion, as well as TFA and NSDA qualifier. Andy Choi for TFA and NSDA. He's also a fantastic congressional debater. And then we have, my brain just, where are we now? Kia Pandy, I'm like making sure we're in the right order, sorry. For NSDA as well as TFA state qualification. And Driti Pai for NSDA and TFA qualification. Yes.
Zambezi, and to follow that tonight, we'll talk about community recognitions, leadership, Lovejoy, Ms. Cordell.
Yes, before we begin, we're going to go ahead and have our Leadership Lovejoy participants come and line up just like the students did. And Ms. Taylor will be there in a second. We will read your names and honor you with a certificate. We decided to have the kids go first because they've done this before. But this Leadership Lovejoy program is a program for parents and community members who want to take a deep dive into our school district. And we are so grateful to have the high level of parental and community involvement here in Lovejoy. It is part of our secret recipe of success. In a minute, you'll see all these wonderful people coming up, but they dedicated significant personal and professional time to really dig in and learn more about what is going on in Lovejoy. They visited every one of our campuses, heard from the leaders in all of our departments, and it was such a delight to get to know them personally. Many of them, if not all of them, are actually Lovejoy parents, hear about their students' experience in our district, and really have a rich two-way dialogue throughout the process that I hope they felt that they walked away more knowledgeable and in a deeper relationship with us, because I know we very much felt that as well. And that dialogue and that interaction with them helps us improve what we do each and every day for our students, our parents, and our community. So I just want to thank each of you all for your investment of time. And many of these individuals invest and volunteer well beyond this program. So thank you for participating.
All right. Caroline Christensen. There you are. And is Carrie here? And then also Carrie Duranio, Amy Gatlin, Becky Isaacson, Sinober Lakani, Marissa Miller, Elizabeth Robertson, Tracy Sanderson, Camille Simpkins, and last but not least, Michelle Wilby. Congratulations, ladies.
All right, item 7 tonight is public comments related to agenda items. There are no comments this evening. Thank you. All right, Marvin, could you lead us in our invocation tonight?
Everybody, let's pray. Dear God, thank you for all these wonderful successes that we've witnessed tonight with our students and with the wonderful teachers that take care of those students each and every day for our school district. We also want to thank you for all of the wonderful support teams that we have, supporting those who make it better for our teachers to teach. Thank you, and be over us as we deliberate and make our decisions this evening. Amen.
All right, you have two notification items tonight, 9A and 9B. Item 10 tonight is our consent agenda. Is there anything anyone needs pulled for review before we consider a motion?
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
So move Marvin, second Mark. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item 11 tonight is our celebration of learning. Dr. Tinsley.
Good evening. Erin Perkins, who is our Director of Elementary Education and Early Childhood, and Amanda Puckett, who is our coordinator of our Lovejoy Child Development Center tonight, are here to share some information about our summer enrichment programming. We shared information out with our community a couple of weeks ago and super excited about the opportunities we're offering our students here in the community. So I'm going to hand it over to Erin and Amanda.
Awesome. Good evening. We thought this would be a great opportunity to bring to you for our celebration of learning, because really all that we offer in the summer is because of the incredible staff that we have in Lovejoy ISD, from our coaches to our teachers, who are really willing to give of their time above and beyond what's required of them to make sure our students continue to grow and thrive over the summer. And so this is really a celebration of them and the opportunities that we are able to provide our students because of them. So just some of the benefits of summer enrichment and why we do emphasize and prioritize that in our district is that it provides an opportunity for continued academic growth. It gives students an opportunity to socialize and be just immersed with their peers and to continue to develop. Opportunities to explore and have access to resources that they might not have during the school day. So some extra, more engaging activities that are maybe new or something that they haven't tried before. It allows them to continue to develop their skills, whether that's athletics or academics or fine arts. We have lots of different areas that we're going to highlight here in just a second to meet the needs and interests of our students. And then it just promotes healthy habits as well. So just a few of the benefits of why we do prioritize summer enrichment. So as we provide athletic camps as well as enrichment camps, and so our athletic camps are for students that are entering kindergarten through 12th grade. They're led by our Lovejoy ISD coaches, and we have a variety of sports and skill levels that they can choose from to meet their needs. But then we also provide enrichment camps, and so these are for students entering pre-K through 7th grade, and like I mentioned, they are led by our Lovejoy ISD teachers. We have partnered with some community businesses as well this year, and we'll highlight some of those here in just a second, but our teachers submit a proposal for ideas that they have to kind of maybe skills or talents that they have and that they want to share with their students, and so they submit a proposal, and we go through those and make sure we're offering a variety of interest for our students and select them based off of that. And then we let them know which ones we have chosen and make sure that's available to our community. So for the first time this year, since I've been here, we are going to be offering Ignite Academic Camp in writing, math, and reading. And we're super excited about this because this is for all students, whether your student is excelling in these content areas or maybe an opportunity to provide some support in these areas. It's for all ability levels for grades 1 through 3. And we have a very highly qualified teacher who is going to make this such an engaging and fun opportunity for kids to continue to build these skill areas. And we're also excited to share that we've been able to offer some scholarships to students who receive English as a second language services to be able to attend these academic camps so that they continue to develop those language skills over the summer. And then Amanda is going to share some of the other interest areas that we have available for our kids.
All right. I get to kind of talk about the fun activities and camps that we're going to offer this summer. We have a Lego camp. We offered a Lego camp last year, and it was extremely popular, so we're bringing it back this year. So we have a Lego camp. We have messy science, library explorers. We have drone together, and those are some of our STEM camps. And then we have the arts, so we have some fine arts camps. We have a ballet camp by one of our staff members here in Lovejoy was a professional ballerina. And so she is offering a camp, a ballet camp for some of our students in Lovejoy, outdoor art. And then we have 2 drama camps, Under the Big Top and then Heroes and Princesses. And then we have pre-K. This is extremely popular for all of our pre-K kids. Pre-K is near and dear to my heart. But we have ballet, ocean fun, wacky sensational art, and then we also are going to offer we partnered with drones, and they're going to do like a STEM drone coding camp with our pre-K kids. And then we have a little soccer camp. And then we have partnerships. Did you want to talk about the partnerships?
These are just some community businesses that we've partnered with to be able to provide some additional opportunities. Snapology provides lots of opportunities for robotics and STEM and engineering. We have an entrepreneurship camp for our older students where they will create their own business model and set the business up and learn all about running a business. And then soccer stars. So we're excited about that one because that's the only athletic camp that we have available to our pre-K kiddos. So super excited about that one. All right, so registration is available now, and parents can register on the Parent Online Payment Center on the website. So you can go read there all the descriptions of all the camps and choose one that works best for your kiddo. So we're excited to share the summer with you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that update. And item 12 is the My Community Credit Union Partnership Update. Dr. Tinsley.
We are super excited about this partnership, and we are honored tonight to have Janine DeLeon, who's the Chief Operating Officer with My Community Credit Union here in the front row with Mrs. Mullen, and then also Freddie Diaz, who is the branch manager of My Community Credit Union here in Allen. So Mary is going to join me in lifting up the progress that we've made and where we are in this, because we are slated to open this branch up, or the branch will be open in fall of 2024. So we're busy right now preparing our staff, our students, working with MCCU as far as the actual facility. So we have some information here we want to share with you.
You can click again. Okay, I would like to start off by a celebration. Recently, we held a debit card design contest, and it was open to all Lovejoy students. And it started in the fall, and they had a few months to submit their designs. And we were able to pick winners in different categories, including K-5, 6, 8, and 9, 12. And it was tough. We had over 100 entries, and very, very good entries. And we had a panel of judges from My Community Credit Union and teachers here in the district that had narrowed it down to just 3 winners. And we're happy to say that our winners are here this evening, and also we have their designs in this PowerPoint here. Our K-5 category winner is Charlotte Fuente, and she's grade 4 at Hart Elementary. There is her design. And our 6-8 winner is Deacon Pettit, and he's grade 8 at Willow Springs. And our 9-12 winner is Petra Pipinch. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you. Grade 10 at Lovejoy High School. We mocked up and made debit cards for you guys, and we'll get pictures after the presentation and provide these to you.
Yes.
The next thing that we'd like to show you is a design of what is being proposed for the branch at the high school. It might make more sense to look at the images and then come back to that, but right across from the library, if you're looking out from the library, that's where the Community Credit Union will be located. This is an image of what we're hoping it's going to look like. So if you click again, we can look inside there, and that's actual teller there that the student is standing in front of, where it will handle most of your banking needs. And then there's a private area for any consultation that the students or anybody opening account staff, if they need some private consultation. And there's a better picture of the teller there close up.
And we have been in conversations, Mr. Kyle Purcell and Percival, and Mary and I have been working with my community credit union and Janine on some of these renditions and mock-ups. So we're ready to sign off on this and move forward so that they can start the construction after school is out, and we'll have it ready for our kiddos when they start back.
The next projects we are working on is right now this week. We are reviewing student scholarships that have been submitted, and those will be awarded soon. We are accepting applications for students who want to volunteer in the credit union, and they would do it through a practicum at the high school. And then we will be interviewing the students and training them. And then this summer we'll be working on reviewing instructional materials and writing curriculum for the teachers and the students. And then our staff will be trained by my community credit union, and then our summer construction is also going to be started. Any questions?
How many student employees do you anticipate?
We anticipate 4. And it will be open, we're thinking it's going to be open from about 8:30 through 4th period, so we can cover the lunch periods. And Mr. Diaz will be at the branch also with the students working. And the practicums run 2 periods a day. So if we have 2 students at a time running through periods 1, 2, and 3, 4.
So I want to go back to this view right here. What you see in the front is actually the branch itself, but there back behind that there is a classroom that we will also be using for some of the coursework with the students.
At what age does it start for a kid to have an account for the credit union?
I'm going to have to defer to Janine.
Dr. Tinsley, did you also want to share that beyond the 4 student employees that are doing the course, that there's also the impact of the financial literacy curriculum, as well as some instructional impact to a larger number of our students?
Yes, so part of our Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills, we have financial literacy built in all the way from kindergarten all the way up. So when Mrs. Mullen was talking about the curriculum development, that's what we're referring to, that we're going to be partnering with MCCU to help support that as well.
And I do want to thank Janine and Freddie. They have been such engaged, relational partners. They were with us to go around and recognize the students for winning the debit card contest. They graciously came to a football game to celebrate the partnership and celebrate our kids, but they've just been wonderful partners and have really gone beyond anything that we could have put down on paper. And it's so nice when you form a relationship that you know is going to mean more opportunities for our students, but then that relationship and collaboration is just so easy because there is a shared philosophy and desire to impact So we want to thank you.
Okay, can we come up for a photo? Well, they actually did receive yes, $100, yes. Mm-hmm. And brought your parents.
All right, item 13, consider an act on the Executive Director of Student Services.
Thank you, Mr. Owens. It is my privilege and pleasure this evening to recommend Dr. Travis Zambezi for Executive Director of Student Services. As you know, Dr. Zambezi currently serves as our high school principal at Lovejoy High School. We are so proud of the great things that have happened at Lovejoy High School under his leadership. We have absolutely furthered our legacy of excellence in academics, the arts, and athletics. And through his support in this new role, we look forward to continued great things happening. Due to this potential, based on your vote, this promotion being internal, one thing that is an absolute positive is the ability to support and bridge this transition for our students and our staff at the high school. Please let me know if you all have any questions about this recommendation.
Can you recap exactly what the role and responsibilities are of Executive Director of Student Services, just so that's an area that's encompassed a lot of different things over the years.
It does, and it's a very important role. And actually, Cabinet could do a great job. They're all smiling right now because they are covering big rocks right now in addition to their roles, and they've done a great job with that. But I know it has been a heavy lift for them because it includes some very important areas such as fine arts, athletics, student discipline, truancy, attendance. There's a huge compliance and support portion. Off-campus PE would fall in that area. Our district alternative education center, which serves our students that there may have been some disciplinary concerns and they need to spend some time there. And so in addition to other duties as assigned, he's smiling because he knows that there's a lot that goes with it. And we're really excited about, as we interviewed Dr. Zambezi and we talked about the vision for the position and getting to a much more proactive stance in many of these areas. We're excited about what he is going to be able to bring to the table from that aspect. It's incredibly important that we have well-run, have schools where our students are highly engaged in student management and proactive plans to make sure that our students engaged and that they're monitored and that we're handling any challenges in that area. Super important that we have leadership in that area, and he's got a great vision for that. And I know our principals and assistant principals will really be grateful to have some additional support in those areas.
Other questions? If not, I'd consider a motion.
I move that we accept the recommendation of Mr. Zambezi for the role of Executive Director.
So moved, Marvin. Second, Jeff Wood. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right. Congratulations. All right, congratulations, Dr. Zambezi. Item 14 is presentation on our capital planning committee, or an update.
Good evening, Board. Superintendent Cordell. So tonight, I just want to give a brief update on the work that our capital planning committee has been working through this spring. On April the 11th, we had our fourth meeting of the semester. We had the privilege of meeting up over at Lovejoy High School. Dr. Zambezi, along with Coach Kyle Herma, took us on a tour of almost all 68 acres of the campus. And that campus in particular has so many different buildings and opportunities for students. It was hard to get everything in, but we did our best effort within our 2-hour window. And we're able to go out and look at some athletic areas, some fine arts areas, and some learning spaces there at the campus. And so we were able to highlight some of those areas of opportunity and challenge. The campus was built in 2006 and then has had a couple of additions since then. And so there are definitely some opportunity there for us to consider as we plan forward here as a district. Sorry, I had a couple of photos to share. And then as we continue our work into the spring, our follow-up meeting will be May 7th. That will be over at Willow Springs Middle School, where we're going to convene. We're going to take a tour at Willow Springs. We're going to go over and visit maintenance, grounds, and transportation that night. And then we'll wrap up the spring work on May 14th back here at LCDC. Any questions that I could answer about the committee's work, or kind of where we're headed?
I do have a quick question. I have not attended one of these, so I don't know what it looks like. But after everyone views the space, do then they make notes right then of things they see opportunity for? Is that how that works?
That's a great question. So when we start the night off, all committee members are given a SWOT analysis. And so that's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And so as we go throughout the facility and we take the tours, they make notes and jot down ideas or maybe statements that they notice or things that speak to them throughout the tour. And then those are collected at the conclusion, and we compile those and have those available for the next meeting. And so we'll take those throughout the spring, and we'll have one compilation that we'll share with everyone as we wrap the spring's work up.
Thank you for that update, sir.
Yes, thank you, guys.
I'm sorry, here we go. Item 15 tonight is our annual announcement on continuing education for the Board of Trustees. And I have a few words for you. 2023-2024 Board President Annual Announcement of Continuing Education of Board Members. Under the State Board of Education rule, completing required continuing education for each year of service is a basic obligation and expectation of any sitting board member. As Board President, I'm required to announce the name of each member who has completed the required continuing education, has exceeded the required continuing education, and is deficient in meeting the required continuing education. The requirements for training are measured as of the first anniversary of the date of the trustee's election or appointment, or 2-year anniversary of his or her previous training as applicable. There are 7 training areas for board members' continuing education. 1 is local district orientation. 2, orientation to the Texas Education Code. 3, post-legislative update to the Texas Education Code. 4 is team building. 5 is additional continuing education. 6, evaluating student academic performance and setting goals. 7, identifying and reporting abuse, trafficking, and other maltreatment of children. To the extent applicable to each board member, I will announce the completion or deficiency as to the required training. For members who still have time remaining to complete required training, I will announce those board members who have scheduled timely training and those who have not yet scheduled the training. At the conclusion of the announcement, I will announce any board members training in excess of the continuing education requirements. The following first-year board members have completed the local district orientation training. Mark Wheelis. Orientation to the Texas Education Code. The following first-year board members have completed the orientation to the Texas Education Code training. Mark Wheelis. Post-legislative update to the Texas Education Code. The following board members have completed the post-legislative update to the Texas Education Code training. Barrett Owens, Amy Smith, Jeff Wood, Marvin Bobo, Jason James, Julie McLaughlin, and Mark Wheelis. Team building. The following board members have completed the annual team building training. Barrett Owens, Amy Smith, Jeff Wood, Marvin Bobo, Jason James, Julie McLaughlin, and Mark Wheelis. Additional continuing education. The following board members have completed the additional continuing education requirements. Barrett Owens, Amy Smith, Jeff Wood, Marvin Bobo, Jason James, Julie McLaughlin, Mark Wheelis. Evaluating student academic performance and setting goals. The following board members have completed the biannual training on evaluating student academic performance and setting goals. Barrett Owens, Amy Smith, Jeff Wood, Marvin Bobo, Jason James, Julie McLaughlin, and Mark Wheelis. Identifying and reporting abuse, trafficking, and other maltreatment of children. The following board members have completed the biannual training on identifying and reporting abuse and trafficking. Barrett Owens, Amy Smith, Jeff Wood, Marvin Bobo, Jason James, Julie McLaughlin, and Mark Wheelis. Exceeding required continuing education. Board Member Barrett Owens exceeded the required amount of continuing education training by 8 additional hours. Amy Smith, 20.5 additional hours. Jeff Wood, 19.5 additional hours. Marvin Bobo, 78.25 additional hours. Jason James, 23.5 additional hours. Gave you a few extra there, Jason. Julie McLaughlin, 60.75 additional hours. Mark Wheelis, 18 additional hours. And that concludes my report on continuing. That concludes my report. Thank you all. Item 16 is consider and act on the superintendent's annual evaluation. So pleased to have the opportunity to give feedback to Ms. Cordell on performance each year. We have been able to talk to her about that, and we continue to be, as a board, exceedingly pleased with the performance that Ms. Cordell has done for our kids, for our teachers, for our families. And we look forward to future years. We've been very grateful to have you here, and we continue to be. We're thankful for your service, for the commitment of your family and your kids to our schools, because we know it takes a village. And we appreciate you and all that you're doing to continue to make Lovejoy the best and to exceed expectations and be excellent. So we rated Ms. Cordell exceptional and overall and in each category. So thank you very much for the service, and we appreciate you. Do you have any comments for us?
Just want to express my gratitude to you all as a board for your service and support as well, and to our incredible teachers and staff. It truly takes all of us, and the biggest blessing of this role is get to work with the incredible people and serve kids like we get to each and every day. And every day being in this role, I am absolutely humbled by that. So it's my pleasure to get the opportunity to lead this phenomenal school district, and to every extent possible, do whatever we can to take care of the amazing people that are taking care of our kids.
Awesome. So if I could, I'd like to have a action to accept the evaluation of Ms. Cordell.
I move that we accept the evaluation of our superintendent, Ms. Cordell.
So moved, Julie McLaughlin. Second, Amy Smith. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. All right, item 17. At this time, I'll open a public hearing regarding the 2023 Evaluation Accredited Accelerated Instruction Program.
No comments.
No comments tonight. Cabinet members, you may proceed with your presentation.
So we Texas Education Code requires that we annually review the accelerated instruction for our end of courses, and there are the courses that we are responsible for include English 1, Algebra 1, Biology, English 2, and U.S. History. And what we do is that students have several opportunities over their high school career to take these exams and pass the exams, and it's part of a graduation requirement here in our state of Texas. So this presentation is going to cover give you some information on how our students performed during the three. We offer it in the spring, we offer it in the summer, and we also offer retakes in the fall. So I'm going to give you some information about how our students are performing and the percentage that have had to retake the test and what we are doing to help support those that do require remediation. What we look at when we look at areas of focus, we look at program structures and learning design, how we're supporting students to meet the goals and objectives of these exams. We look at student participation and we look at student performance in this report. So the findings from the spring of 2023 into course accelerated instruction, if you'll look over to the third column that tells you the number of LISD testers. This is the largest group in the spring, our spring testing, that tells you how many students passed, all of our testers, and then you have a comparison also of what the state average percentage was. And we did not have any retesters last year, or if we did, it was 10 or less. So I don't record those numbers if it's less than 10 students. So just to let you know what we do to offer remediation, we offer in all of the 5 courses, and we do it during the summer and after school tutorials, and also through our Center for Academic Training, our CAT classrooms there at the high school. We at this time have opted not to do a digital learning platform. We would prefer to do the in-person remediation with our students. Then in the summer of 2023, again, you can tell the numbers were pretty low as far as the number of students that were retesters. We had some that did pass the English 1, English 2, and U.S. History. And then again, we offer remediation to our students if they're still having difficulty passing the exam during the summer remediation during the first 2 weeks, during 2 weeks during June. These sessions are usually about an hour in length. We do use our teachers at the high school to teach the remediation classes, and they may attend all core content areas if they're needing to, or just the areas that they feel like they need the additional support in. But we do ensure that they are signed up for at least one of those sessions. And again, we do not charge our students for any of this remediation. Then in fall of 2023, that's the percentage of students that passed the English 1 and English 2. And again, I did not list that if it was less than 10 students. And what we did offer a little different in the fall during school is that we do have our math labs available and our reading labs available during the school year. So we do look at enrolling students in those classes, particularly if their data tells us they need pretty significant remediation. So that's the options that we offer our students in those particular areas. So that's information about our accelerated instruction for our end of course exams. Any questions?
Any questions, board, for Ms. Tinsley? Ms. Taylor, do you have any additional public comments regarding this? Okay. If there are no further questions, I will close the public hearing. Item 20 will be our budget workshop. Mr. Willman.
Good evening, Board of Trustees and Superintendent Cordell. So tonight for Budget Workshop 5, we will share with you the initial draft compensation plan. Then we'll also provide an update on Lovejoy ISD's property value and the resulting tax collections and the impact of the budget. Then we'll end with an update on the Lovejoy Scholars and the financial model review. So before we discuss compensation, I wanted to recap the assumptions being made in the budget model and all the work that has been done to address the budget challenge facing the district. As it relates to the budget assumptions, besides payroll and salaries, there have not been any recent developments resulting in a change to the model from the previous presentations. And we'll share more on the payroll increases when we get to compensation. So you may recall when we kicked off the budget process, the district was anticipating a deficit budget and the use of fund balance over the next 2 years, resulting in an anticipated days of operating expenses and fund balance in fiscal year 25-26 of around 40 days. With this budget challenge, facing this budget challenge, we went to work and identified areas for savings, and the items here listed results in a savings for the district of $1.8 million annually and $3.6 million cumulative over the next 2 years. So one of the budget priorities for the past several years for Lovejoy ISD has been staff compensation. You may recall that last year we provided a 3% pay increase for all of our staff, while also really focusing on identifying areas that may not have been up to market. So we kept a close eye on the market and made additional adjustments based off of what we were seeing in the market. For instance, for our lowest paying staff, we increased our minimum wage to $15 per hour on top of the 3%. We continue to make compensation a priority and keeping a close attention on the market. This year, we want to prioritize our teachers and propose an increase to the salary scale for scale positions, which consists of teachers, librarians, and nurses. So on Friday, when we released the presentation, we initially shared that an increase to the current scale would result in a minimum of a 2% increase for our scale positions, and then all other staff will receive a 2% increase. Since then, we've continued to navigate through our budget process, and we are confident to share today an increase to the current scale that would result in an increase for employees in these positions of a minimum of 4% rather than 2%. And then all other staff would continue to receive the 2% increase. We continue to prioritize staff compensation. Bless you. And as new information is provided, we'll share a final compensation plan during the May board meeting, and then bring it forward for the board to consider and act during the June regular meeting. Examples of the items are the insurance, the medical insurance increase that we're anticipating of 10%. We would like to provide and contribute to that, and not have the staff absorb, so that way they can benefit more of the 4% and not have to have it absorbed through that 10% increase. So as we learn more, we'll learn more in May of what that increase would be, and we'll continue to dive in to see how much we can contribute, or if there's any further salary increases.
Thomas, if we're able to do the 4% salary increase, if the teacher scale shows a 1% increase, so we'd bump that to 4%, is that correct?
It's a little bit more complex than that. We are bumping the scale. It could range in different percentages based off of where you are in years of experience, but our staff would receive a minimum of a 4% increase that are currently with us, but our scale will also increase with that. Yeah. Okay, great question. Okay. So local tax collection is the largest funding source for the district. The increase in values along with declining enrollment have led to an increase in the district's recapture. So we previously modeled a 14.4% annual growth in property value that resulted in recapture growing to $7.1 million in 25-26. Both local tax collection and recapture fluctuate at the same rate, resulting in a net neutral effect on the budget. So this is important to the district's budget because recapture is considered an operating expense. So as we're seeing, if property value continues to grow at 14.4%, over the next 2 years, that excess revenue, which leads to the recapture. What we see here as far as historical trends, we're seeing that in 2022, the 15.2 is more of an outlier. You can see we have multiple years of 7.6%. And then when we look at 2023, the reason for only the 0.5% growth is because of the increase in the homestead exemption from the $40,000 to $100,000. So we've recently received early preliminary numbers from Colin CAD. Colin CAD released its preliminary values earlier this month. And what we're seeing early on, what they shared, is that we're seeing a 0.11% increase early on, but it's very early in the process. They just released their notices, and they're having going through all the filings and everything, and we anticipate that we'll have firm numbers more in the June timeframe, but they'll certify their values in July. I was on a call with Colin CAD this morning, and already within the 2 weeks from releasing it, the values have changed from the 0.11% to 2.54%. So we do anticipate that it will grow. So we've changed the model to reflect a 7% annual increase rather than 14.4%. So what this means is that because recapture is considered a operating expense, recapture goes down, operating expenses are going down, which means our fund balance can cover more days because of that. So just showing here, what does 8 to 9% would result in 7 days. A 3 to 7 would add 8 days to fund balance, and then a 1 to 2% property value increase would add roughly 9%. Any questions on the property value? And just a quick update on the Lovejoy Scholars enrollment. So we've since the March board meeting, we've opened up the enrollment for our Lovejoy Scholars. When we released this on April 18th, on Friday, April 18th, we had 178 returning, and then 8 siblings of those returning students, and then 94 applications. As of the end of the day today, we now have 119 applications. What we don't know is what grade they're in, and if we'll accept all 119. So once it closes on this Friday, the 24th, then we'll be able to dive into those applications, see where we have room and capacity, and then let them know of the status of their application.
How many Lovejoy Scholars do we have average throughout the year for this year?
For this year, we had average about 220.
So even with increasing by 50 Lovejoy Scholars, we're still going to be down 195 students next year.
Yeah. Right. Roughly. Yep.
And something to keep in mind, that even if we accepted 300 Lovejoy Scholars, and of course, we would update the budget model and projections for you prior to the June date, something to keep in mind, we probably would not bake the 300 into the budget model because there's some attrition throughout the year. We had one school year where I believe we had about 20% of Lovejoy Scholars that actually became residents at some point during the school year.
I know this is a budget workshop, but that application process for those scholars, I'm assuming we're determining who's in the process of building so we can.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It lists them. We have an order.
The school will get the exact same money, whether they're a resident here or a scholar, because there's not.
On the M&O side, not the INS side.
So on Friday, when we released this presentation, here was the financial model with the Lovejoy Scholar enrollment at 270 and the 2%. So you can see with the 7% increase in property value, or reducing from the 14.4 to 7%, it took us from roughly 88 days to the 96 days in fund balance. And then with incorporating the 4%, we can see that the 4% then just moves us down to 87 days, so well within reach of the 90 days. Now, something to also keep in consideration as we're thinking about this and the days of fund balance, as when we look at it, should we be, a philosophical approach, should we be including recapture as an operating expense? And should we really be categorizing recapture as a non-operating expense? Because it's net neutral to the budget. So as property values increase and tax collection increase, so will recapture. So it's not really like, we're not using the fund balance to actually pay recapture. We would use fund balance to help support the operating expenses. So if we took a different approach and backed out recapture from our calculations, it would add 3 days to the fund balance. So the fund balance without recapture, we would be at 90 days right now.
It makes sense to do it that way to me, just because it's just a pass-through.
Yeah, exactly. So what we have left as far as the timeline for our budget, so in May, we'll have wrapped up our departmental budgets on the non-personnel side. And also, the rest of this month and next month, we'll have firm numbers on where we think we're going to end the year for this year. So if we'll have additional surpluses, which will help add to the fund balance. And then also bring forth in the budget workshop number 6 our final recommendation for the compensation plan. And then in June, we'll bring forth the adoption of the budget and then the tax rate as well. Any questions?
More of a comment. So just wanted to say thank you for doing everything that you're doing to prioritize the compensation of our staff. I know it's challenging with so many unknowns, and especially in this environment where we're so thankful to have such quality educators in Lovejoy, and you're doing everything that you can to keep them and to show them that we're valued by making sure the compensation is as much as can be with our current situation. But thank you very much.
Yeah, I appreciate the transparency of our financial updates. I appreciate the proactive nature with which we're handling finance here at Lovejoy, and the transparency that we're using to do that. And then I'm just echoing Julie's comments about our emphasis on attracting and retaining the best teachers. It's important to us, and it's sacrificial to us. And I think the 4% increase for our teachers and those folks is fundamental to our future budget, and so just appreciate those things and those considerations in this presentation. Any other comments, board, regarding the update board workshop? Okay, thank you very much. Not board workshop, budget workshop, sorry, wrong words. 21 tonight is discussion and possible action on the 24-25 board meeting calendar. Any comments? We've seen this before. I think there was one suggestion that we incorporated on the change. I believe Mark had, or I can't remember who had it, but we were able to accommodate that. I don't recall any other suggestions or recommendations that were for consideration. If there's none, I'd consider a motion to approve it.
I move that we approve the 2024-2025 board meeting calendar as presented.
Second.
So moved. Julie McLaughlin, second. Marvin Bobo, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. 22, consider an act on employment agreements and Chapter 21 contract recommendations. Ms. Koenig.
Good evening. Yes, I have provided in your folder a list of employees' names of contracts and employment agreements we're recommending. These are both for employment agreements and Chapter 21 contracts. So we are recommending them that you approve those employee agreements and Chapter 21 employee contracts, because that list has been provided.
Move to approve the employment agreements and Chapter 21 employment contracts we received.
So moved. Jason Janes, second. Mark Wheelis, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 23, consideration and possible action regarding recommendations of the superintendent to terminate the probationary contract of Sadia Muhaiman at the end of the 23-24 school year.
Yes, at this time, we are recommending that administration terminate the probationary contract of Sadia Muhaiman at the end of the 23-24 school year, as it is in the best interest of the district.
pursuant to Texas Education Code 21103 and Board Policy DFAB legal.
I move that the board approve the recommendation of the superintendent as presented concerning the proposal to terminate the probationary contract of Sadia Muhammad at the end of the 2023-2024 school year.
Correct.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item 24 is cabinet reports.
All right, just a quick update. We have been working with our K through 6 teachers looking at our, really not just our emergent and our early reading program, but also what we are doing when students are learning to read versus when they're reading to learn. So what we have brought in a consultant, her name is Mrs. Susan Kelly. She was recently serving for several years as the Director of Elementary Literacy in Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD, and has been known throughout the state for her expertise in these areas. So she recently retired and has gone in and doing some consultant work. So we have been bringing her in to work with our K through 6th grade literacy teachers, and then we're also going to have her work with our math teachers as well too. So what we're looking at the components of balanced literacy, and what you see there is that what is entailed with the state of Texas of what's required as part of our balanced literacy program. Last week she started off with our kinder and first grade staff over at Hart. So we combined Puster and Hart teachers came together, and we began looking at those various components of what you should be seeing during that readers workshop block. So I just wanted to lift up some of the work that she's doing. She'll continue this spring with this, and the reason we're doing it in the spring so that we can be prepared when we return in the fall to implement this and provide the teachers the support that they need. So what we're finding out is an opportunity for teachers also to provide us some feedback and some needs that they have, and maybe some gaps that they have moving into the school year, so that we'll have that prepared. So just wanted to share that with you.
Good evening. So real quick finance update. This is our normal monthly tax collection update. In the month of March, we've collected about $621,000, and also that's in both M&O and INS, which leaves us with roughly $1.1 million left to collect. We've also earned roughly $161,000 in interest revenue for the month. We currently, through the end of March, we have 233 days of cash on hand in the general fund. And also on April 16th, we did sell our bond, the remaining 9.5, with the winning bid going to BOK Financial Securities with true interest cost of roughly 3.09%. We will close on the bond sale on May 15th.
Okay. For my update, I'm going to talk a little bit about the website migration that we are currently doing. Just give a brief update. Let's see if we can, perfect. As you know, in communications, we have been doing a migration to our new website here, and as you can see, it scrolls constantly. But I just want to point out a few things. We did put some important, what we felt was important that parents have a hard time to find is like anonymous reporting, required postings that legally have to be up there. We also, this is new to our website, we have a translation, and as you recall, we have to be ADA, so we have to be have ADA so that our the font, the pictures, the print, translation, all those things are available to our people that use it. We also have added things like calendars and cafeteria menus, things that we think parents would need. It's just more accessible than our other website there. If you go, there is a menu here, and you can go to, you can look at live feed, and it kind of talks about everything that is going on in our district. It's not, you can't get to this yet, but you will here soon. You can also, with our new website, go to our staff pages, different parents' dining events, all these types of things are going to be much more easier to maneuver for parents. So we're pretty excited about that. As we go back to, let me escape and go back up here to our, if you ever get lost, you can just go back to schools, and it will take you back to the beginning here. And as you scroll down, once again, you can see our live feed. These are things that will be on the app that the district will be, that we'll be able to download. And then specific announcement, district events, summer activities, all these types of things will be just a click away. So we're super excited about that as we finish this migration. We're hoping to finish it by the 1st of June, get it ready to introduce, so when you come back, it will be fully operational there. But making some great progress on that. Has taken some work, though.
I don't really have a question, but just a comment.
Yes.
If anybody's ever done a website conversion, which I've done lots of them, this is a very challenging exercise.
Yeah.
And the company they hired and the people they've been working on, they've been doing a phenomenal job. So I want to commend them on just the amount of work that's been done so far. Sometimes, some companies can take up a year to do what they're doing in months.
Right.
So,
Right.
fantastic job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Whoops. Okay, Kyle, I believe you're next. That's me. Kyle, I think you're next.
Just a brief cabinet report for our district support services areas. Tomorrow is National Driver Appreciation Day, so I just want to lift that team up. Their continued dedication and commitment to safely transporting our kiddos to and from school, school-related events, as well as chipping in and helping out around the department, maybe in areas that that's not their primary function, but they're always willing to chip in and help out. So tomorrow, we're going to go over and celebrate them, and get some items of appreciation that we'll pass out. And while I'm on the topic, I'm celebrating our new director. She's still very happy, even though, so for the past 3 days, she's been out on route in the afternoons as a bus monitor, because we have a mild shortage in that area right now. So she's hopping out there and helping out with our kiddos each day during route time in the PM. So very thankful for her and her leadership. Safety and security, I'm happy to announce this as well. So for the second year, TEA mandates that we have intruder detection audits at each campus. And so those audits are conducted by a trained auditor from TEA, and those have all been completed at all 6 campuses here in the district with no findings reported. So that's good news for those of you that are parents and for staff members. But I feel like our campus is doing an extremely diligent job of making sure that our exterior doors are in the shape that they need to be. They're locked, they're latched, and they're closed when they should be. So just want to highlight that. Maintenance and grounds, you guys may notice, again, I think I highlighted this last time, but some of our facilities, the grass gets pretty tall this time of year because the rain doesn't allow us to get the mowers out there without tearing up some of the dirt and some of the facilities. So we're playing catch up in that department. The insects like the tall grass, so we're also doing a little mitigation there as well out at the campuses. And then for our custodial team, it's a busy time of year for them with setup. We've got lots of recognitions that take place throughout the district. We're also working on coordinating schedules for this summer. We're working on coordinating with both IT and our camp schedule that we talked about earlier today with summer enrichment, so that we can come up with a pretty strategic plan for all of our maintenance and operations things that needs to happen behind the scenes. We've got lots of tile flooring that need to be redone throughout the summer, both in gyms and in commons areas. So we're working to get that kicked off June 1st. Any questions? And happy Earth Day.
Thanks to our drivers, we don't want to wear out that new leader we have, so we better find some help for her. But thank you to her as well. So superintendent's report tonight, item 25.
Thank you. The legacy of excellence in academics, the arts, and athletics continues. We recently had our UIL district academic competition, and we had 10 of the academic competitions that we had the first place team at, which is just remarkable. So congratulations to all of those students and their coaches on that level of success. We had the Majestics Spring Show this past weekend. I had the privilege of attending. One of my favorite things is all the little girls in the audience who want to be a Majestic someday that are so excited to watch them perform. Mrs. Eldridge is still here. One of her little girls said that it was very sassy. And she is correct. It was a very sassy show, but so impressive. Just the grace and athleticism was incredible. And then we had the girls track regionals today, and we are the girls track regional champions. We ousted Lancaster, who is known as a powerhouse in girls track today, and we came in first, and we have several state qualifiers, so I can't wait to cheer on our track competitors at the state championship here coming up real soon. So congratulations to our students and our staff on all this remarkable success.
Thank you very much. Any public comments related to non-agenda items? All right, we would be adjourned.